Hello. So I'm coming in with my 2023 year in review video. This year I'm going to do it a little bit different. I did do the notes like I did in the last year, and I'm going to read off of them, but I'm also going to put it to pictures and videos and just give you a little bit of visuals to go with how my year went. I didn't include any pictures with anybody else in them other than Stormy, of course. But since this is my year in review, I will include like people that I interacted with in the narrative. But I figured I should just leave it to my own images. And just a forewarning, 2023 was a year of a lot of enjoying the company of friends and family and overindulgent in a lot of foods and trying new foods and a few new experiences. So that was kind of the theme of the year. And I am recording this on December 31st, just a few minutes after midnight. So I'm a little tired, but I wanted to make sure to get this voiced over before the new year. That's been my routine or my tradition is to get the year in review. Stormy's going to be with me too. He might cry quite a bit, but we're just going to keep it natural and whatever happens, happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and read. And we wanted to get it before the actual new year. So we're still technically in 2023, the last day of it. So in January, I started off the new year with family in my hometown. I returned to my home after celebrating the new year with my family in my hometown. And I did return a couple days later to my home with some useful gifts from my sisters, such as clothes and some new shoes. They got me a pair of Vans that were pretty much desperately needed. And it was kind of funny because I had not gotten a new pair of shoes since before I trampled through the woods and mud in my old ones. So my sisters were like, you need these. So they got them for me. I continued my inner work and self-healing. That was a main focus. I enjoyed time with friends and was surrounded by my outside friends. Like in the beginning of this video, there was a lot of deer activity. I didn't include all the videos, but the one I did had quite a bit of deer in it. But I had quite a bit of deer activity first half of the year. So I was wrapping up each day with Stormy, of course. And the last day of January was complete with my first time trying birria tacos. And I loved them, and I've had them many times since. In February, I made more of an effort to take time to take care of my traumatized hair. It was pretty frayed and needed to be cut and trimmed and moisturized and just taken care of. And I gathered my marbles, well, technically my grandma's marbles, and put them on display. And there's a picture of that we probably got past already. My head scar was totally healed by this point. It was barely noticeable. You could feel it to the touch. It was a dent, but visually it healed very nicely. My brother moved in that time of the year. I addressed some dental care. I grew Stormy his own grass that he had no interest in and proceeded to kill my houseplant. And he's looking at me. He knows what I'm talking about. I made a new friend at that time while my brother and I learned to live in the same house again. March came along and I tried I tried for the first time some freeze-dried candy at my neighbor's house for the first time. I enjoyed it so much, and I didn't picture every other time, but there was many times afterwards I tried different kinds, and it's different, but I do enjoy it, and especially trying new flavors and different candies. I was cooking more meals at home since my brother had moved in, and it was a little easier to cook for two people instead of just one. So, and I hadn't been cooking, I had not been cooking much but since my accident. So, when my brother moved in, it was nice to have somebody else to cook for, because it can be difficult to cook for one person sometimes. Plus, I wasn't very motivated. I celebrated with my dear friends, two separate baby showers, one in my hometown and then one in the town I live in. And I think I included a video from one of those showers where I tried for the first time eating a rose. Okay, so I went to a baby shower today, and there was so much food and like so much dessert that I couldn't eat everything, but they insisted. Stormy's with me. Calm down. Say hi. Oh, Stormy. Okay, so anyways, they insisted I take one of these and try one. So I popped the lid on it, and it's got a little rose on top of it. I'm going to assume stop it. That it's edible, and me and Stormy are going to eat it on camera. So I know you need to move. So I normally would not eat something like that, but it's so cute. Oh, I'm gonna stick the whole thing in my mouth. There it is. It's got caramel on it. I don't think it's supposed to be. It's a rose. It sounds, I know rose water is a thing, and roses, I'm pretty sure, are edible. I mean, the party was full of doctors, so I don't think they would let me let that fly if it would not be safe. Stormy's trying to sniff it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, ready, Norm? Maybe I should just take a bite. I have a feeling I'm going to spit it out. I can't chew it. Oh no, I taste it. I can't chew it. It's too hard. It's like it won't bite through. Anyways, I tried. I do taste it though. It tastes like rose. And that did not go well, and it did not taste great, but it happened. And then around that time when I went to go visit the shower in my hometown, I had my sister finally cut some of my tattered hair. She wasn't able to cut as much off that probably needed, but she was able to cut enough that it was a lot more healthy and able to be worked with better. I explored dining alone in the St. Louis area. I got new sneakers that I finally purchased myself. They kind of remind me of my old ones, that mall trusted ones that got through the woods with me. But it was time for those to get replaced, because the Vans were great and all that, but they were stiff. They're skateboarders shoes, so they really weren't good for working out or walking or anything. I continued my healing even when it was hard. I dipped my toe back into making makeup videos and had some fun with that and explored that area. In April, I enjoyed time with my new friend and old friends. I tried crumble cookies for the first time, and it's been pretty bad ever since. I travel to Peoria quite often, where they have a store, because they don't have a crumble store in my town. So every time I would go, I would get the flavors of the week and share them with my brother and share them sometimes with neighbors and stuff. So it was, it's always trying a new flavor. So it's lots of trying foods this year. So my brother and I had watched the stars dance, and thing is I've actually been doing like a lot of sky watching day and night, but I did capture one of the nights where we saw quite a few of the stars shining bright and dancing and flickering in all kinds of colors. It was really cool. Yeah, they all dance.
Oh yeah. That one, would you say, was the 80s really is too?
Yeah.
That one to the left of him? The one all the way to the left. It's not big.
The whole Orion's belt is shimmering.
Oh, that's always.
Yeah. I can't really see it through my camera though.
I've seen one. I thought that was like, it looks like a triangle. Sometimes.
There it is. I got it in my camera.
I always.
And I was impressed by this point. My short hair that was shaved off in 2022 or 2021 was actually getting really good regrowth. It was almost caught back up to where the length of my rest of my hair was. In May, I gained a lot of weight. With all the home-cooked meals, vegging out with friends, and crumble cookies. So I got back into the gym for a little while. I went to visit family, then returned home and got sick with an upper respiratory infection. I returned back to the field for work, doing home visits. And like I mentioned earlier, it requires me to also travel out of town for those visits and stuff. So I was getting a lot of highway time and time to reflect and stuff, and see the skies and the clouds and the scenery and just, go on my little adventures. By June, I was enjoying the outdoor fun. I was traveling for work. I wrapped up some of my dental needs. I was having quite a bit of tooth pain and needed some a couple different procedures done over that since the beginning of the year. And it was quite a painful time, but I was finally able to get that all sorted out and have not had problems since. In the beginning of June, I was preparing for my 40th birthday celebration. I started to buy some decorations and stuff because I had planned on doing a little photo shoot for this one since it was a pretty big milestone. Stormy tried Ice Deli for the first time. So he got to try something new. I wasn't the only one trying new foods. And then by the 17th, I did celebrate by June 17th, I celebrated my 40th birthday. Excuse me. In that same month, a few days later, we went through a pretty devastating storm in my town. It was really bad in a lot of areas, and a lot of areas was out of power for up to a couple weeks. And luckily, I did have some tree damage, but my neighbors are so great. They took care of all that for us, for both of our yards. So I was spared of having to go through extensive damage. No house damage, just trees down in the yard. And then no power outage. I think my power went out for like a few hours, but that was it.
I've been through heartaches, I've been to heaven. I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong.
You got a little tiny head. Will you eat pizza crust?
Oh.
You think they'll eat pizza crust?
No, go look at those oranges.
Will they eat oranges?
They'll eat fruit.
You think so?
It's more likely than pizza crust. Plus, you could throw them out there better. Maybe cut them in half. So they're already open. Let's see. In July, I continued healing and traveling and seeing adventures along the way. I kept in touch with my sister quite a bit throughout the year. We would FaceTime quite a bit and talk on the phone, and she would check on me often, and sometimes I would check in on her, but she was really looking out for me this year, and I really appreciated her for that, and I do appreciate her for that. And I plan on to continue that connection with that sister and maybe other siblings as well. I continued socializing with friends. I rebonded with my dragon friend, Scorch. I found down in my basement. He was a stuffed animal gifted to me by my dad when I was, I think, in high school. I made a new dragon friend named Cinder, and I found that when I was at the gas station with my dad. So I picked her up, and she joined the family. I've been enjoying a lot of sky watching, like I said, on my travels. And I was getting quite a bit of pictures, and I will sprinkle some of those pictures throughout. August, I had quite a bit of a adventure. No, in August, I had experienced being a first responder to a man having a medical emergency while driving. I'm not going to include any pictures, but it definitely was something. It was scary, but it was also something I felt I needed to act upon, and I did get the approval from my dad, my neighbors, both sets of neighbors, all who are first responders and medical professionals themselves. Told me I did the right thing and I did a good job. So I was pretty proud of myself in that situation. My neighbors that were the doctors, the young couple, and they had a young baby or newborn baby. They were the ones that one of the baby showers I went to. They and they're my friends, almost like family, you know. They ended up moving out of state, so that was kind of hard to adjust to that change. But it didn't take long for them to find somebody to rent the house, and they found a young couple with a dog, a puppy dog, I almost got it. And they are amazing. I have spent time with the girlfriend, and I had communicated quite a bit with the boyfriend, and I haven't met the dog yet, but maybe in time I will. But Stormy apparently has met the dog through the window. I guess they talk to each other. So it's good. I mean, it's hard to see, bittersweet, I guess I should say. It was hard to see my dear friends leave, especially when, soon after the baby was born, or, I'd love to be able to see him grow, but they had to go on their adventure and better their situation and fulfill their dreams. At the time of August, I started to have, I don't know if it was the weather that had anything to do with it, or I think it might be stress even, because I'm still having issues, but I was starting to have face breakouts, not quite acne, but blemishes, and that I would not leave alone, so I made them worse. I did speak with our doctor just the other day about it, and she's not too concerned. She just told me to leave him alone and keep an eye on him, and if it gets worse, to let her know. And also in August, during the fair time, my nephews came to visit me and their dad. I found, while they were in town, we were shopping, and I found 2 new skull decor pieces. They were for Halloween time, but I used them for, what did I use them for? all year round time. Since my head injury, I kind of have a liking for skulls now. And I think they were beautiful. And I really like those skulls because they had roses on them, and I love roses. So they're like, they speak to me. And near the end of August, my brother was so kind to help me with some of my yard work, where he dug out the stepping stones that lead up to my front door. It had been at least 3 years, I would say. I think it was a year before my accident where I did redig them out, not as quite as well as he did, but so they were overgrown and sinking in and almost non-existent, just pretty much grass over them all. So he took the time and did the hard work of digging them out, filling them in underneath, and making them usable again. So, and it turned out really great. September, I took, during my traveling for work, I came across an antique store. So I used my lunch break and I took an adventure through the antique store where I found 2 charms. One was on a necklace and it was a love charm and shaped like a heart. And then another was a white rabbit. And the white rabbit I hang in my car, and the necklace I've worn once. I was recommended by my neighbors a few months prior to read The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And that book is, and my neighbor highly recommended it and was very excited to share it with me. And I was kind of mad at myself. I took so long to finally order it and read it. But once I finally did, I was like and actually I had posted that I was going to start the book, and people raved about it instantly. Apparently it was a lost treasure that I was not aware of, but everybody else was. So I was so happy to get into that book. It was so great. And I too highly recommend it. I've actually bought copies for other people already and gave them to them as gifts. Let's see. My dad gifted me a new black cat friend. It's a stuffed animal. It's technically from like PetSmart, and it's for dogs, like a chew toy, because it's got a little squeaker inside of it. But anyways, he gave it to me. Its name is Lucky, and it's a little black cat. And my dad did get a few of them, and he gave them to my nieces and nephews, but he saved one for me because he knows I miss my actual black cat, Abel. So that was another stuffed animal to add to my collection. It's pretty much to the point now where I sleep with stuffed animals, and they're kind of little comfort tools, I guess. Sometimes I'll just snuggle up with one and think, and I'm still going through my healing, and anything to help, calm me is helpful. Although I have been doing very well in that area. Been keeping calm and happy and not distracted, but fulfilled. I've been keeping my time filled with, friends and activities and family, and I still get a lot of alone time where I can be with my thoughts and, relax and just not, and rest and not, overdo anything. And then I enjoyed time with family and doing outside activities where we would, light a fire, and starting to get cold by this point. We were preparing for Halloween to come. And it still had its really nice days. I mean, even now, this winter has not been bad at all. And then I wrapped up that month with going to a car show with my brother. It was really fun. We saw a lot of cars. We did a lot of walking. Not too much eating. We did do some eating, though, but I almost regretted eating anything with all the walking. And it was kind of warm that day, but it was fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. October, I found my guardian angel coin. I honestly don't even remember who gave me that. I think it might have been my dad a long time ago. I don't even remember when, maybe when I was in college. But I found it when I was like sorting out my change bucket and it was mixed up in there. And I'm so glad that I didn't like lose that one. So I put that safely in my car and it's guarding my car now. October, I was starting to prepare for the fall holidays with crafts and decorating the house. It'd been quite a while, maybe few years since I had decorated for fall and Christmas to the extent of like table decorations and things like that. So with my brother living with me this year, I went ahead and got into the festive mood, help with his, healing and processing, just to have a cozy environment. I enjoyed Korean barbecue, which I should have mentioned for my birthday. It was the first time I tried Korean barbecue, and it was a fantastic experience. And that was back in June, so that was my first time having Korean barbecue. But in October, I went with a friend, and we tried Korean barbecue at a different restaurant that had a hot pot option, and we of course did that, where you can like do the Korean barbecue, grill like your own food, and then the hot pot was used to make soup. So we enjoyed that and got really full. In October, I visited my good friend Matt. He lives in Florida, and he was visiting his family in Belleville by St. Louis. So I went to visit the family and my friend Matt, and it was just a day. It was short but sweet, and we had fun, and we did a bonfire and things like that, and it's always good to see them. I celebrated my neighbor's birthday with dinner, one of the daughters, and I took her out to eat and got ice cream, and we had fun and enjoyed our time together pigging out. Well, I pigged out, but she was more responsible than I was. And throughout the pictures, I will show the changing leaves and colors and things like that, and how pretty the changing season had, transpired. It's beautiful. November, I started the month celebrating another neighbor friend's birthday at their home. I got back into journaling a bit. I went to a Korean barbecue restaurant by myself, and that was kind of like a challenge to myself because I have went out to eat alone quite a few times by this point, but I had never been to like a buffet type of place by myself. But since it's like a Korean barbecue, it wasn't quite the same, and you stay interactive with yourself and cooking your food, so it wasn't too bad. I did eat too much though. I got really full. I spent Thanksgiving with my brother, where I cooked the full meal. He had provided a pie and the turkey, so we had decided we weren't going to go home to visit our family for Thanksgiving since my dad's birthday was coming up, and we were going to go and celebrate that anyways. It was a week later. So we cooked the full Thanksgiving meal for just the two of us, and since there was so much food between us two, we went ahead and filled up 6 to-go containers and distributed them amongst a campsite area where a lot of homeless people live. And actually, we had just enough containers. We were able to find 6 people. I believe there was one couple that did have to share because we did run out. And we were able to help provide them, that meal and some goodie bags to go with it. So it was really nice to be able to give back. And I do want to be able to do something like that throughout the year. Let's see. And then at the end of November, we did celebrate my dad's 70th birthday at his home. My sisters and I planned and hosted a party in his honor, and it was amazing. He enjoyed himself. We had family and friends from all over, and from both sides of the family, my mom's side, my dad's side. It was a good time, and my dad really enjoyed himself. And I can't believe he's 70 already. So my dad and I both celebrated some milestone birthdays in 2023. But we're blessed to, have the opportunity to age and to do so gracefully. And then wrapping up the year, December, I wrote out the last month of the year, taking care of my mind, body, and soul the best I can while celebrating 2 more friends' birthday dinners with Stormy the cat by my side the whole time. And all in all, it was a good year. The only downs were due to a couple negative people that I have worked in conflict with, and one of them I don't even communicate with anymore. I mean, it's unfortunate. I did enjoy our time together, but there was too much contrast and headbutting. So that was a stressful situation to, separate that from that. But also another one is, the ups and downs with having a roommate after living alone for so long, So, and that roommate being family, your sibling, your brother. So, I mean, we had our challenges, but I think we've learned a lot on both of our sides to resolve conflict and to work on ourselves and to, we were tested. But I think all in all, there's been more progress and growth on both of our parts. Other than that, I've definitely been blessed with good times with great people. So many great times with great people. So me and Stormy, we're just in love. And oh yeah, my little resolution thing. I didn't even plan on one. Well, I will take that back because I did kind of plan on one. Oh, my elbow just popped. A few days ago, about a week or so ago, I was thinking it's a weird resolution, but it's something I need to work on. I want to keep the air fresher and cleaner in my house. I want to dust more often and use my air filters and, keep Stormy brushed and keep his fur as contained as possible. But, with him being a cat, fur flies all the time. So, but yeah, that's something I want to, focus on. Obviously, in addition to continuing my growth, my personal journey, my healing, which is going to be never ending, and building relationships upon the relationships I already have, and just being a good person and being the best I can be, and not in competition with anybody else, just in competition with myself. I do love everybody, and I hope that this little review, for anybody that does stumble upon it, even if it's me reflecting back on it down the line, just know that God is great and He loves us all, and Jesus is taking the wheel, and I don't know what I'm wrapping this up. He's taking the wheel, and He's steering us into a beautiful place. So I think this should be it. Who knows? I might add a little more before the end of the day, but either way, love you lots. Bye.